Today we're looking at volumes of cones and pyramids, and they are again going to be very, very similar to each other as long as you can recognize the similarity between them. So all we have is the two formulas that we have, or we need today, which is the volume of a pyramid. And the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. Now, this should look familiar, right? The prism was just base times height, right? And then this is very similar to that, but it's going to be 1/3 of it. And then the volume of a cone does the same thing. It's 1/3 the base pi r squared times the height. All right, we'll look at some examples. Bear with me, I am not great at drawing pyramids, that's for sure. First one we'll do is a square base, but it's going to look like a rhombus in our drawing. It should be dashed, solid, solid, and then we got one coming down for the height here, 12 feet, 8 feet, and then the height in here is going to be 10 feet. And again, our volume is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. The area of the base here is a rectangle, and so that is 1/3, 12 times 8 times the height of 10. Third of 12 is 4, and 4 times 8 is 32, times 10 is 320. This is in feet cubed. Might be able to look at the other one here. Right, the second one we're going to do is a triangular base, and we're going to start with a triangular right triangle here. Sorry. Shouldn't draw and talk at the same time. And I'll just take a spot here. And that has got to be one of the worst I've drawn. All right. Okay. Ooh, it's actually looks a lot better on camera than it does on my page. All right, we got 15 feet here. We got 6. That's a right triangle. 6 feet here and 10 feet here. So the big question for us is, what is the area of the base? We know what the height is, right? And then it has sides of 6 and 10. Now, hopefully you recognize that with a hypotenuse of 10 and a side of 6, that this is actually very, very similar to one of our special Pythagorean triple triangles, right? So what is the length of this side? Well, it must be 8 feet, because 6 squared plus 8 squared is 10 squared. So we have the volume here is 1/3. The area of the base is 1/2 6 times 8 times the height of 15. So notice, just because there's a 10 in here does not mean that we use the 10, right? So again, we have 1/3. This is the area of the base, the area of the triangle, 1/2, and then it's the 2 legs, and then times 15, the height. 1/3 times 1/2 is 1/6, so that cancels out with the 6. We're left with 8 times 5, that's 80, and 40, which is 120 feet cubed. All right, let's look at two cones. Let's say that we had a cone again, our volume is going to be 1/3 pi r squared times the height. And we know that the radius is 6. So we have 1/3 of 6 squared, which is 36. What is the height here? It's not 10. That'd be like our slant height, right, which we don't really care about for volume. We care about the actual height. And just like the last problem we did, we have a right triangle with a side of 6, hypotenuse of 10. That means the other side must be 8. And again, that's a Pythagorean triple, 6, 8, 10. It's a Pythagorean triple from the base of 3, 4, 5, right? 2 times 3, 2 times 4, 2 times 5. Third of 36 is 12. 12 times 8 is 80 and 16, 96. And 96 pi is about 301.6. I'm in feet, so that is feet cubed. And our last one here, another cone. Eight feet, 10 feet. So 8 is the radius, 10 feet is the height. Do not get confused here, right? Do not get confused here. We do not care about what this side is. And this is not like the other ones, right? This is not a 6, 8, 10, because 10 is the height, not the hypotenuse, right? So even if we did need to find the slant height here, you would not find it by using a Pythagorean triple, right? You'd actually need to use the Pythagorean theorem. Volume is 1/3. R is 8, so we have 64 times 10 times pi. And that is 640 pi over 3. Now you should be able to take a reasonable guess about what we're going to get here. And so if you don't, then you did something wrong, right? At this point, we should recognize that pi divided by 3 is just a little bit bigger than 1. So our number should be somewhere around 640, not 640, a little bit bigger, but around that. And I got 670.2. And I used feet cubed. I don't know why I used feet every time today. If you like metric better. But that's all that you're doing today. So good luck.